From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Monday, April 24th, 2017. Silver is trading at $17.81 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,269 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at 2.3 cents, and the average price of Bitcoin is $1,248. Antiwar.com reports Serbian officials are warning that the Albanian ambitions to absorb Kosovo could easily lead to another war in the Balkans, and that NATO and the European Union need to publicly rule out that possibility in an effort to forestall another ethnic war spanning the region. The status of Kosovo is a big sore spot in the region after NATO's 1999 war imposed a separation of Kosovo from Serbia, which was supported by the Kosovar Albanian majority but widely opposed by the ethnic Serbs in Kosovo. Kosovo's independence is heavily contested, with a number of countries refusing to recognize it. The issue is coming to a head, however, after Albanian Premier Edi Rama's comments last week suggesting that Albania could unify with Kosovo if the European Union doesn't move more quickly to grant them a cession. The last war in Kosovo, which NATO ultimately joined, was fought in large measure because the Kosovar Albanians envisioned such a move as a step towards a greater Albania, which would dominate the region. Serbian officials warned that such a move would immediately draw other Balkan nations with Albanian minorities into the war, with Macedonia and Montenegro likely to quickly get sucked in. So far, neither EU nor NATO officials have commented, though they will likely be loath to agree with Serbia publicly. Ultimately, this issue is in great measure a consequence of NATO's involvement in the 1999 war and its resolution of the war being a situation in which Kosovo was left in more or less permanent limbo, torn between the greater Albanian ambitions and its historic ties to Serbia. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports a label mix-up led to the voluntary recall of nearly 4,185 pounds of Campbell's chicken soup. The USDA said in a statement there has been no confirmed reports of adverse reactions to using the products. The USDA said the error was discovered last Thursday when the Campbell Soup Company corporate office received multiple complaints about the wrong product in the 18.6-ounce cans of Campbell's Homestyle Healthy Request chicken with whole grain pasta. Instead, customers found Campbell's Homestyle Healthy Request Italian-style wedding spinach and meatball in chicken broth. That product contains milk, a known allergen that is not declared on the product label. That led to the USDA's Class 1 recall. The 18.6-ounce cans of Campbell's Homestyle Healthy Request chicken with whole grain pasta involved in the recall were shipped to retail locations in Florida. The USDA recommended anyone who has eaten the soup and is concerned about illness contact their healthcare provider. Are you an advocate for free market money? Do you promote Bitcoin as an alternative in a fiat-centric world? Then you need Spendabit in your arsenal, the search engine for things you can buy with Bitcoin. Spendabit aggregates millions of products from thousands of Bitcoin-enabled merchants. Keep your money in the free economy. Visit spendabit.co today. Reuters reports President Donald Trump said on Sunday he expected Mexico to pay for the wall he promised to build along the southern border, resuscitating a campaign promise that roiled U.S. relations with Mexico in the first week of his presidency. Trump said in a Twitter post, "Eventually, but at a later date so we can get started early, Mexico will be paying in some form for the badly needed border wall." Trump returned to his Mexico demand on a morning in which he simultaneously tried to pressure congressional Democrats to include funding for the border wall in the must-pass spending legislation needed to keep the U.S. government open beyond Friday. A spokesman for the Mexican president's office said President Enrique Peña Nieto had repeated that Mexico will not pay for the wall. Trump sought the wall, projected to cost more than $20 billion, as part of his efforts to curb undocumented immigration. Mexico has rejected payment for the construction project as out of the question. Attorney General Jeff Sessions told ABC's This Week on Sunday the wall would get paid for one way or another. Sessions said, "I don't expect the Mexican government to appropriate money for it, but there are ways that we can deal with our trade situation to create revenue to pay for it, no doubt about it." This has been FPP Radio News. Online at fppradio.com.